Hi, and welcome to our second video, second edition of our How To series. And today we are going to talk about digital leadership capability building. The first video, we talked about how to scale up your basic digital capabilities through our micro learning interventions, which was 6 to 8 hour interventions applicable across your organization to build the base level capabilities. In such a sense, it was a booster dose. Today, I'm going to talk about something more elitist, more premium in terms of building a digital leadership capability across your top talent. And therefore, for the lack of any other expression, it is our mini digital MBA. The objective of this digital intervention is to create leaders who will fundamentally alter your business models, change operating models, and deliver results and enable you to win in the new normal. So, this intervention, I would again try to reinforce, is for your top talent. It's about a 12-month intervention through multiple projects and workshops around the digital suite, which I'm going to introduce to you in the next few minutes. So, here goes. How to build digital leaders. This is a leadership development program meant for your top talent. I am reinforcing this so that we do not confuse this intervention with the one that I talked about in my previous video. Now, in one of my videos around demystifying digital, which I thought was Demystifying Digital Series 3, which defined a digital leader, is the basis of which we use this framework on. So, a digital leader has three themes or three areas of actioning. One is strategy, business model innovation, and agile transformation. Now, in that discussion, we kind of said that what makes a digital leader different, in which we said that, between an analog and a digital leader, the strategy elements remains more or less simple, more or less similar in terms of figuring out new revenue streams, understand unmet demands, and so on and so forth. However, the big change was around how he engaged in business model innovation, which is trying to create ecosystems, products and platforms, co-creation and partnership with multiple stakeholders, understanding and integrating digital technologies, or rising and understanding social media, economic trends, and so on and so forth. The other important element is how he changed how a leader engages internally to change the operating model and fast forwards the transformation. In today's world and in the new normal, we do not have luxury of long cycle change, going through an iterative process, because by that time, your breakfast would be eaten up by the competitor. So another very important element is agile transformation. So let's see how we string all of these aspects into a series of learning interventions to create the digital leader. So this is basically a development journey, a cohort approach, 25-30 of your best members of your talent pool. We start by industry disruption, and the industry disruption is a strategy element of digital to understand the environment around me, the technology forces that are coming to play, and how are impacting industries right now, and how are they going to impact industries in the future, and what there should be a response in the firm. So, how do I be distinct in my offerings going forward? Strategy plus industry disruption based foundation model. Once that has happened, I need to understand what is therefore happening in the world of business models and how do I need to change my business model to look at value that I create either in the core or in the adjacencies. So, how digital is influencing changes in the industry structure, and therefore, my response is the theme of the second workshop. The third workshop is the tooling workshop, which is the how to. How do I use digital technologies to further my cause? Which means, how do I use AI, ML? It's not about understanding use cases, but understanding the technology and its implications to a specific application which makes most sense in my context. How do I create IoT ecosystems? How do I transform a product led model into either a pure services model or a product model is what gets debated in class in this workshop. Finally, there is an integration workshop is how do I therefore create stakeholder value? What are my ideas? And I create a bouquet of ideas with the investment rationale to present to my leadership team. Now, between workshop 1 and workshop 2, Participants are tasked with writing a research paper on what is going to happen in the industry and why, which includes the economic rationale, the changes in technology, and the technology application in their specific industry and firm, and also the competitive response. So, what are my competitors doing, and how do I stack up against my competitors? Second, between second and third, between second and third, and ideally after third, I talk about the change that I propose in the business model. If I want to go for an ecosystem approach or a partnership approach, what kind of partners, and therefore, how do I create a new revenue model in the adjacency? And second is, how do I use technologies to benefit or further my cause either in customer acquisition or in operations excellence? Here we talk about specific technologies and specific use cases and the sequence of implementing these use cases back home. Finally, all of this is put together into an entire digital transformation proposal, which includes the digital vision, the operational elements, the technology usage, the use cases, how would it change the customer behavior and the acquisition process, and how at the end of it day it would impact my fiscals. That is getting presented to my leadership team or the C-suite. Typically, this happens with learning groups of 3 to 5 people and about 6 to 7 learning groups. A cohort size of 20, 21, 20 to 25, or maybe at most 30 is most optimal for these kind of interventions. Now you'll be wondering what makes these interventions unique and why are they effective. So here we take pride on explaining our value proposition from a design to a delivery standpoint, which includes, which is basically our learning diamond, which has three corners. The top of the learning diamond is a learning method, and a learning method basically includes a practice that we follow, which is a principle, then an application. A principle exemplifies, say, for instance, we talk about what is a digital business model. The principles and the manifestations of the digital business model and the elements of a digital business model is explained through a case discussion or a cohort-based discussion in the classroom or online, whichever mode of delivery we choose in COVID times. And then it is discussed threadbare, and the elements are tested back to see whether the definition was gestaltic or complete. This learning loop of information, concept, application, and going back to the information or the concept closes the understanding in the mind of the learner. Now this gets kind of amplified through customized content, while the code is generic, the periphery includes case studies from a particular industry where the participants are from. So it aids retention, relatability, and learning. After all of that, we kind of move it into contextual insights where we say that finally our use cases are in your context, and therefore what learnings that I can apply tomorrow makes my learning diamond complete. Right? Moving on, we have an elaborate method of during and post intervention. During the intervention, obviously, you get research articles, case studies, industry notes, ebooks relevant to the theme or workshop element under discussion. And then there is, obviously, we talked about the action learning engagement, which keeps you very engaged, which keeps your participants very engaged. But after that, there is a chance of dropout of learning, and to be able to do so, we use our YouTube channel and our YouTube videos, which is about which posts one video a month, where one video a week, where we talk about new things around digital industry applications and what is changing across a multiple set of industries. So we're going to track about 13, 14 industries, and the first group of industries in which digital disruption is going to happen most and affect them most is going to happen from July and August of 2021. So watch this space for more details. Moving on, since this is a promo video about our products and services, indulge us about giving you a brief background of our firm. We are a 7-year-old organization. We will be 7 on 30th September 2021. We are a partner-led business model, which 5 specialist partners with experience more than 25 years, all having C-suite experiences across multiple processes and verticals. We have executed 18 organization transformation projects till now, 8 of which have been multi-year and very deep. 11 functional projects, 5 executive education projects. To set a context, ExecEd is a new practice which is about I think a year and a half old. We are present in Delhi and Mumbai, and after COVID, we wish to expand nationally. Our deep expertise is on BFSI, industrials, and CPG. We have 5 knowledge objects, and 5 knowledge objects, and our growing knowledge objects are basically unique methodologies which differentiate us from the competition. These are our service offerings. Digital capability and transformation is a major service offering, and we have expertise across about 12 to 13 industries where we have curated content. Now, this was all about our product. Second intervention of our how to series. Hope you liked them. Do share the content as you deem fit. If you have any questions, do write to me at niladri, nilatri .roy at tatransform.com. Hope to hear from you soon, and would love to partner with you in your digital capability building efforts. Thank you very much for your time.